I'm Delta Work, and this is Very Delta. Today on the show, we have Vanity Halston, and we talk about Las Vegas, Palm Springs, going all around the world, and Nicolina Nut. But first, do you want to see me go off? Because I think you want to see me go off.
Oh.
Mom!
Are you a lady like me? Introspective, beautiful. Oh, are you intellectual like me? Beguiled by a bargain? You like wild times? Oh, like me? Are you serving the community like me? Well, if you are, then you must be very Delta. I'm Linda Tripp, and this is Very Delta, a luxury public access podcast and YouTube talk show where I look gorgeous, speak extemporaneously, and invite fascinating people to sit on the couch and get very Delta. Very Delta is for the woman who wants to know, how long have you been dressing? But first, let's get into some things that are very Delta. So it's June, we are halfway through the year, and there are still phrases that I don't understand. I'm trying to understand, I'm misinterpreting, and some that I'm ready to just get rid of. I feel like when I watch TikTok, which is where I get all of my important hard-hitting news and try to understand the pulse of the community, I hear these phrases that just leave me lost. I can't tell if I'm being supported or I'm being insulted or if I just totally missed the mark, which could be all of them. One thing that I hear over and over is, "Ooh, bitch, you ate. I saw you and you ate." And I get nervous. I get anxious because I'm like, who was watching me eat lunch? And then I realize they don't mean that. They mean like, I don't know. They mean like in a bigger sense, right? Like not that you physically ate something, but that like you just chewed up that challenge or you wore that dress like no one else could possibly wear it. You hit that head on. You said that shit with your chest. You ate. You ate it up. You left no crumbs. And listen, I mean, if I'm at a restaurant, I try not to leave crumbs. You know, I cut with my fork if it's soft enough. If I need a knife, I'll do that. But I try to, if I think it's sort of like, if I'm trepidatious, right? If I'm nervous, I'll do this, right? Just in case, ooh, excuse me. But usually I'm like, cut it. And then I like shake it a little bit, shake it off. Shake it off. And then I'm like, okay, nothing's going to drop. I'm going to get that down the hatch. So I usually think I'm okay. But when I hear this, ooh, you ate at first, I mean, I spent the past, honestly, at least the past 4 months. I'm going to say January, February, March, probably three good months thinking like, are these people talking about me? Ooh, you ate, girl, and you left no crumbs. I'm like, wow, they really think I have an appetite, don't they? Because I'm not licking the plate. Honestly, if I'm at a restaurant and I like something, listen, if I want more, I'll just order more. I'm not going to lick the plate. I'm not going to like pick the crumbs up. I'm not going to like, maybe I'll get a piece of bread, right? And I'll like sop it up. Like I'll do that. I'm going to do that depending upon where I am. But I'm not going to like use my finger to press into the crumbs and be like, oh, that was so, just order another piece. Right? Just order another piece, order something else. No one's going to be surprised if I have a big appetite. No one's going to be like, I was so shocked. I saw you and you ate all your food. Well, no shit. I told you, bitch, you saw me eat. I saw her eat. She ate. Maybe that's the difference. I saw you eat is like, I saw you eat. But then like, ooh, you ate. It's different. I guess the tense matters. That's how you determine whether or not someone's insulting you or praising you. It's the tense. If they saw you eat, you got to watch it. If they say, ooh, you ate, you're doing pretty good. You're doing pretty good. Like I said, I have a big appetite for certain things, but what I don't like is this other phrase, which is big back. People are like, ooh, those are big back activities. Oh, that's going to be a big back meal. And I'm like, why big? Like, I remember once upon a time you would just be like, oh, you made a pig of yourself, right? Or, oh, that person, people would say, and I only seem to see it like thriving on social media when people go having a fat girl day or fat girl activities, fat girl cheat meal. It's usually somebody who has never had a weight issue at all and thinks like they're going to sort of diminish this behavior or elevate this behavior even by sort of laughing at this idea that like, can you imagine if I was fat? That would be so crazy. I'm going to eat this and it's going to be a one-time thing, which I praise you for. I think it's great to have absolute control over your life and your diet and all of those things. We all want control over everything, right? Not everybody does. Some people, hey, listen, I'm sedentary and fucking lazy and I'm fine with it. I mean, I'm not fine with it forever, but up to this point, I've been like, this is fine. The beach is going to get the body it's going to get. Sorry about it. However, this big back activity thing is crazy to me because they jumped all the way from like something sort of incendiary to then sort of like deciding that like they were just going to pick a body part, slightly elevate it to like some mid-range and then just be like, yeah, we've just assumed that this activity is something that's normal for you. And you have a large back. So we're just going to call you big back. And I feel like I think I have a bigger back than a medium back, but I don't have the biggest back. I have the biggest ass, right? I have a really big ass. So there's that. And I say, listen, if you're going to have a big ass, you might as well have two. You know what I mean? I did that. That's one in the front and one in the back for dancing. But this is the thing. So big back activities, where do we go from fat ass to big back? Why don't we just like, there's some other ones in my mind. Let's see. That sounds like swollen ankles activities. Hey, swollen ankles, you want to go have a swollen ankles lunch? How come we're not saying that? That seems weird to me. I mean, why not if we're going to talk about body parts? What about, hey, glycemic index? What about that? Hey, hemoglobin issues. I mean, there's other ones that absolutely I think we should be using that are maybe more succinct and less basic than big back. What about, hey, darkened neck? You want to go out for lunch? Hey, what's going on over there? Neuropathy toes. You want to go have lunch at Cheesecake Factory? We could also do shortened breath. I mean, if you're going to go that far into it and state the facts or what's happening to fat people or people who are challenged by their meal, people who ate, people who you saw eat. Oh, I saw you eat. You want to go out for another meal, shortened breath? How about that? How about some shortened breath activities? Guess what? I'm not going to the gym. I'm going to do some darkened neck activities. Hey, chair challenger, you worried about squeezing into that chair? Let's go have another piece of cheesecake today. I mean, I feel like these are a little more creative. I mean, let's go there, right? Nobody ever wanted to be like back in the day, fatty 2x4, can't fit through the front door. No, go all the way with it. Go all the way with it. Hey, A1C CEO. I mean, go all the way with it. Why stop at big back? And why is it always the people who never have that fucking problem, who really have no issue with weight or anything like that? They always want to be part of it. Like they want to join in and go, oh, it'd be so funny if for a day I was fat. If for a day I went out and ate whatever I want. Imagine. And guess what? I'm not more big back. I'm more Big Mac. And I don't even fucking like a Big Mac. I actually like a quarter pounder with cheese. Actually, I could do a double quarter pounder with cheese if you really talk about it, but I kind of like them plain sometimes. You know what I mean? It's the onion in there, I think. There's so many other words that and phrases that there's some that I love. Like for a while I was on the thing about Riz. I couldn't understand Riz. Why would you say Riz? And then I'm like, you know what? Let people have Riz if that's what they want. Because there's plenty that I do love. You know what I love? I love Ariana Grande. And I love when Ariana Grande says, say that shit with your chest. Because that song in general is sickening, right? It's a fierce song. But that phrase in general aligns with so many things that I'm about. I'm about picking a hill and dying on that hill. If you mean something, say what you mean and mean what you fucking say. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing is really a sacrifice unless you're sacrificing something. So if you're the only person that has that opinion, but you are really steadfast about that opinion, die on that fucking hill. Say that shit with all your chest. Say that shit with your chest. And I want to say it with my chest. face, not with my chest. Say that shit with your chest. I want to say it. I'm with Ariana Grande on this. I want to stand on the hill. I want to fucking hold the space. Here's my space. Here's your space. It's equal. This is Coke Zero. This is Diet Coke. It's the same. You drink this, I drink that. There's room for both of us, right? I believe that. I 1,000% believe that. So I want to hold the space. I want to pick a hill. I want to die on that hill. I want to say that shit with my chest. It means the most. I love that song. I love the meaning. I love the intention. I love Ariana Grande. And I want her to say, I want to say it with her. I want to say that because sometimes I'll be in a conversation with people and then they'll say something and I'm like, no, you mean that. Say it. Say it louder. People always say it for the back row. I mean, that's a phrase that you could probably get rid of, but I'm going to stick with that one. I want to say it for the back row. I want everybody in the back row, in the front row, everyone to hear what the fuck I said. You know what I mean? And if they don't like it, that's fine. You don't have to like it. You say what you mean and you like it and you walk in your light and I'll walk in my light. And that's perfect. And maybe somewhere we'll meet on the same course and then we'll go like this and then we'll come back. As long as we're going gaily forward, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Say that shit with your chest. Stand up and go, guess what? I like Diet Pepsi. Okay? And then I'll go, guess what? Hold the space for you. And I'll say, guess what? I like Diet Coke. And you may not hold the space for me. And that's okay. But that's a hill I'm going to fucking die on. I like Diet Pepsi. I feel like hold on. I love Diet Pepsi. I feel like people think that I don't hold the space for Diet Pepsi. And I do. Because listen, I'm going to eat at Taco Bell. Okay. And when I go to Taco Bell, they're only going to have Diet Pepsi and I'm going to drink it. And here's my thing. As long as there's enough carbonation and sweetness, I'm cool on whatever it is. It's just that, historically, I feel like Diet Coke has had a different carbonation, the level I need. I sometimes feel uncomfortable when people are like, I did a thing. Like they try to sort of like, sorry. Like, when I've talked about like when I go to a drive-thru and I'm like, sorry, can I get some ketchup? I feel like that's not saying it with your chest, right? So there are times when like I don't say it with my chest because I don't want people to shit on my food. I don't want people to spit in my drink. So I'm like, I can't say it with my chest. But in a statement to the world, I can say it with my chest. I don't like it when people go, oh, guess what? I did a thing. Stop being meek. Let people know. Guess what? I'm Tupperware salesperson of the month. That's perfect. Say it with your chest. Don't go, guess what, guys? Oh, I did a thing. Why? Why would you start that by being nervous? I mean, I'm not trying to read anybody. I don't. I don't think I read. I think I shed light. I would love for someone to win something like Drag Race or a cooking competition or a design competition or something and just come out and instead of being like, I did a thing or like, oh, I can't believe it. You believe it. And we believe it. It's going to be okay. I want someone to come out and just say, I want somebody to hold their scepter, just like this two-faced liquid lipstick. And I want them to say, thank you for this recognition. This makes me so happy. I want to thank everyone that had a hand in this. And I want to thank myself because this proves that hard work, dedication, sophistication, the reception of love and the giving of love pays off. I'm glad I didn't take any shit from people. I'm going to continue to not take any shit. I'm going to continue to move forward happily, successfully, with love in my heart. And I hope I'm continually rewarded as I reward you. And fucking walk away. Why are you surprised? There's nothing wrong with a little humility. There's really, really not. But fake humility is the same thing as just like being rude. It's just like the same thing as being fake. Oh, I did it. I did a thing. No, you did the thing. You ate down. You ate the house down boots, and it's okay to let people know. Guess what? I know I did something good. The hard work is paying off, and I'm so fucking happy that you're here to celebrate it with me. We ate. I didn't just eat. We ate, all of us, and we're going to continue to feast. Do you want to see me take a break? Because I think you want to see me take a break. My guest today is one of my original Judys. She is a live singer who's been producing drag shows for well into 3 decades. She's also the queen of the Mustang Ranch. It's the one and only Vanity Halston.
Hey, Delta, how are you?
I'm so glad that you're here.
I am so excited to be here with you.
You know, we've never really done pageants per se. I mean,
No.
we dipped our toe here and there. You've judged plenty of pageants.
Yes.
But I do say that you are the title-holding queen of the Mustang Ranch, and not everyone knows that.
Not everyone
It's not an
knows
official
that.
title.
Not an official title. It's a self-given title.
Well, it was, but then it was, I feel like it was grandfathered in a way,
Yes.
not just by grandfathers, but by fathers, uncles, cousins. We go so far back. And when I say that to people, a lot of people know you in your role in Palm Springs as a show producer, as the entertainment director at Club 111. So they've met you as they've been coming new into their drag careers. But you, and of course, Palm Springs, we know, is like a mecca of drag, especially right now.
Yes.
People know Palm Springs for Coachella Festival, for Stagecoach, as the place to go hang out in between those things.
Yes.
But we've been going there, again, into like definitely 2 decades, going into its 3rd decade.
Yeah. Well, 22 years.
Yeah.
22 years is when we started working at Toucans.
Yeah.
You know, it's become the go-to place, I feel like, even more so than some of your other larger cities here in California.
Right.
Palm Springs is now a destination spot.
Right. I remember when we first started going there, I used to think like, well, who comes to Palm Springs? What's this about? And I was like, oh, it's people would say, oh, it's the old people. And I was like, really? And they would go, no, it's rich people. And then they would say, no, it's gay people. And I realized, no, it's rich old gay people.
Yeah.
That's who
Totally.
runs it.
That's
Why not?
who runs it.
Why not? We should have a place.
Why not?
Yeah, we should have a place.
But you know what, though? In my shows, I kind of refer to it as like God's waiting room because
You're awful.
Well, yeah, but that's why I'm there. But so there is a lot of older people that go there, but it's becoming younger and younger all the time.
Uh-huh.
It's just this go-to place now that everybody wants to retire. Everybody wants to go vacation. Everybody wants to go to the festivals. And it's just, you know, this plethora of gayness, but it's also a place where you're going to go and feel comfortable and accepted, as well as, you know, genuinely have a good time with people that you don't know.
Right. For sure. And I do feel like, I mean, there's been so many discussions about like the change of the social place of Palm Springs and the change of the backdrop and what happens there and who goes there. And I hold space for both of it. It's like, I love the idea that the groundwork that was laid a long time ago for drag to be so big there, now it's finally in full fucking bloom. Right next to all the cactus blossoms, there's drag queens, drag kings, drag entertainers blooming everywhere, singing live, producing shows, doing one-person shows, ensembles. I love that. Competitions like what you're doing, I would love to get into. But I also, like, in my mind, I'm like, I can remember just, again, 2 decades ago going there, and it was such a, like, it was like an adult playground where, like, we didn't know, like, there's something mysterious too about Palm Springs at night because there's so much uplighting and the idea of all the architecture. There's like mysterious. Some of the homes have like the high fences or the trees, and you kind of don't know what's back there. And once you do realize, you're like, whoa, I had no idea this was back here, right?
Well, it's like every little nook and cranny is a different oasis.
Yes.
You know, and you're going to get something completely different from place to place. And, you know, the thing about Palm Springs is, like, when we first started, it's evolved so much that it's people that haven't been there a long time might not enjoy it because they didn't grow with it.
Right.
You know, but we're very fortunate that we have grown and evolved with Palm Springs and the local, you know, other surroundings, you know, cities, that we feel comfortable and we're at home there. And the people that are coming there now that have never experienced it are experiencing a brand new Palm Springs than what we experienced even 5 years ago.
That's true. I mean, the only reason I ever started working in Palm Springs was because you brought me in. And I do consider myself somebody who, along with you and a few others, you know, created a really good force with the show at Toucans. I feel like we contributed to that. We weren't the people in charge of it, but we did contribute with our consistency and I think professionalism and I think creativity. So then other people were like, we could do that too. We should have that too, because there's plenty of locations.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's a hunger for that. There has been a hunger, especially after the pandemic, where people want to go. So why not have all those opportunities? And that's why I say, as much as I love seeing it, I'm like, I hope everybody still respects that people live there. People have invested their money to live in the Palm Springs community. They have respect for their homes and the backdrop that they live in. And it's like, I want everyone to have that same respect that we had going into it.
Yeah.
But also, you say something really important, which is people that sort of see it as a new chapter for Palm Springs. We have to move along with them.
Yes.
I mean, we have to move along with technology. With when I say young kids, I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I mean that in fresh blood.
Yes.
That wants what we had when we were their age. Why can't they have that and put their stamp on it in a respectful way? I would hope.
Well, so like when we started there, we weren't the first drag show to be there, but we were very fortunate enough that because of our talents and where we were and who we, were surrounded by, we changed the face of drag and drag shows there.
Sure.
And so now it's really fun to see that happening with other entertainers, and other venues, that it is always evolving, and all these new kids that are coming in and all the new tourists that are coming in are changing the face of what we knew.
Right.
But now it's time for us to like get on board with it, and be a part of it. Don't be against it. Don't be so taken back by change, but roll with it, because it's going to be great.
Right.
As long as everybody participates and loves it.
Yeah. And I think that goes hand in hand with what you do. One of the things that you do at 111, which is the Drag Star Challenge.
Yes. So in my contest, we don't do eliminations. It's all on a point system, because a lot of the contests around they eliminate their contestants. Mm-hmm. Some of them are very negative in their critiques and their responses. And it's like, why? When I first started, if anybody would have spoken to me so negatively and vile, I would never have continued to do what I've done.
Right.
And I wouldn't be where I am now.
Right.
So what gives me the right to tell somebody else their art isn't valid? Mm-hmm. But maybe because of my experience, I can be like, you know what? Maybe try doing this next time. Maybe that'll make it more relatable or more readable. We're not here to cut each other down.
Right.
And that's a lot of the problem that a lot of queens have nowadays. They're so intimidated by their fellow castmate that it's like, I want you to feel bad because you're better than me.
Right.
Well, why?
Well, I mean, we know that there's people out there that don't like watching somebody else walk in their own light.
Sometimes building somebody's self-esteem is going to make them a better entertainer than telling them that they're no good.
Right. You have to find a way to say to them, this is what you're doing that in my mind is working really, really well.
Yeah.
We've heard from people that all drag is valid, and I believe that that's true.
Yes.
But I don't think that just because somebody picks something up and puts it on their head, they're like, I'm in drag now and I should be booked. I 100% need the exact same pay and respect because I told you that's my drag.
Yeah.
Like what you're doing is you're saying, hey, we're going to have a few different types of challenges.
Yeah.
So you can build a repertoire.
Yeah. And
you can have something to shop around and go, I have a Disney number.
Well, and that's a great point, because when we first started, it was, you have to have an arsenal under your belt to get bookings anywhere.
Right.
So you had to have Disney numbers. You had to have ballads. You had to have lookalike characters. Mm-hmm. You had to have Broadway and a dance and all these things. So that's kind of what like my contest does, is we give them challenges that they can put in their repertoires if they choose to.
I think what's strong about that is that you have lived and worked and run your career in all the things that you're expecting from people that come to the competition. So
yes.
You are somebody who does celebrity impersonation. You're a live singer. You are you're an MC, so you tell jokes, whether they're scripted or not, or you go up and you speak extemporaneously.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
That's what you do.
You go up because you have to read your audience. When you think of your career, is there favorite things that you like to do, one more than another? Singing, producing?
I love emceeing.
Yeah.
I think it's one of my favorite things because it's my opportunity to tap in to like the crowd work,
Mm-hmm.
and make people laugh and feel things and just get the one-on-one interaction. Even though there's a group, there's a whole bunch of people in the audience, but to single somebody out and make that eye contact and to make them feel that they are a part of the show, that is gold to me because that's why they come back.
Right.
People want to feel like they're a part of something spectacular. That's what I love to do. That's my goal.
I love that. Let's take a break. We are back with Vanity Halston. We're talking about the opportunities that you are providing in Palm Springs, but you're also working on your own show, like a single person show.
Yeah.
I always want to say one woman, but I don't want to leave anybody out. So,
So I've written a show. It's comedy, stand-up comedy. It's live singing. I've been filming some like skits, that are going to be playing while I'm changing costumes.
Mm-hmm.
So I wrote it, and it's going to be premiering this month at 111 in Cathedral City.
Will there be live singing?
There will be live singing.
And you'll remember all the lyrics. You never forget lyrics, do you?
Well, yes, I have.
What do you do? I mean, you're an improvist.
You know what? You just
I'm an
make up
improvist.
whatever you can make up. You just go along with it. What I do is I'll do a toast or I'll take a shot or a drink and then I'll try to get back when the chorus starts or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I say this because, we it's happened to us. It's happened
absolutely.
before. It's happened to you as a singer. I've been there when it's happened. It's also happened that you've been with me where I'm thinking I'm the most glamorous person in the world and I fall flat on my ass in front of everyone. And what people are looking for is, not all people, but some people are looking to go, oh, how are they going to recover from this?
Yeah.
But we always know there's a room full of people that love us so much that they just want to see us get up
Totally.
and keep going. And when you do that, they are you have them not just in the palm of your hand, but they also have you in the palm of their hand because they just want to see you at your best.
Well, that's, when you see the queens that fall or their wig falls off or something happens like a malfunction, their heel breaks. Well, what do you do?
Yeah.
Do you just crumble?
Right.
Or do you get up and maintain?
And that really is the one that's what sets people apart. That's what sets really, we're in a community that I think a lot of us have anxiety.
Totally.
Just because we're used to in our community, feeling those outside forces.
Yes.
So the worst feeling is when your own community doesn't have your back. But the reality is those people watching the show, they do have your back.
They do have your back.
They don't want to see you at your worst.
But also when something happens, like you forget your lyrics or something like that, it also tells the audience that this is real.
Right.
This isn't, you can look as glamorous as you want, but I'm still a real person and we're going to Fozzie Bear our way through this, this song or this act or whatever.
Right.
Because, it is real. It's live. It's live entertainment.
When you say live, it's live entertainment. I remember when we were coming up and we would go to places like Vegas to go see La Cage. That was another place that we sort of went into a bit of uncharted territory.
Yeah.
When it was drag at that time, we
weren't welcomed when we first got there.
We weren't welcomed. No, we weren't. And it was the three of us. It was you, me, and Chanel.
Chanel, yeah.
I mean, this is back when I tell people all the time, I'm like, well, me and Vanity, we used to work in Vegas with Chanel and we had this really cool show and people are like, oh, what bar? Was it at Piranha? And I'm like, no, it wasn't there. Well, was it in the Fruit Loop? No, it was called the Wet Bar. And they're like, never heard of the Wet Bar. That doesn't really exist. And I'm like, well, no, it's probably like a strip mall now, but I promise you. And then they're like, this old bitch, she don't know what she's talking about. Well, guess what? There was a time when we would have to flyer for the shows.
Yeah.
So we had these printed up. This was a photo shoot we had done for the actual show.
Yeah.
And we didn't have no kind of matching wardrobe. So we wore sheets.
Literally, we're wrapped in sheets.
We were wrapped in sheets.
We all planted a smoky eye.
This is so real. And anybody that wants to know if this really existed, it was called the Wet Bar and Cafe. In the back of this, it will tell you that on Mondays, you could get spaghetti dinner for $5.95. You could get 2-for-1 entrees on Thursday, bone-in ribeye dinners for $9.95 on Saturdays. This is fucking
I can't
real.
believe you still have that.
I actually have a couple of these.
Do you?
Illusions. And also at that time, I feel like everybody's show had illusions. Like the name was Illusions.
Especially in Vegas.
Do you remember when we used to work at Psychedelic Show at the Tea House?
Tea House, yes.
And we had to go to Vegas the next day. So we fucking drove.
Yeah.
In Chanel's Z80 with no back seat.
No back seat and 2-seater.
And it was a 2-seater. And you were laying down the whole way.
I did. Yeah. So like Chanel was driving. You were in the passenger seat. I had nowhere to be. So I was in the middle. I had my legs over your legs. And I laid back. And the hatchback was a window.
Yep.
And I just looked at the stars until I fell asleep.
Right. But getting to Vegas was not really, like driving there was not our only option because there was a time when we would fly every single Sunday. They would fly us out before there was, drag race opportunities or drag star competitions or anything like that. But we wanted to really feel it one time. Well, and this is prior to 9/11.
It was our first time ever being offered to be flown
somewhere
to a show. Even though it was a 45-minute flight, we're like, oh, we're going to chew this shit up.
Yeah. We're going to eat this, as
we're going
to
eat this.
And so we were like, we're going in drag. We're flying in drag. And now at this time, we were very into our velour tracksuits because we thought that we were
women.
And we thought we were from the Playboy Mansion.
Absolutely. Juicy on the ass.
So I had orange, you had hot pink. We wore clip-in ponytails. We slick our hair, clip-in ponytails.
Oh my gosh.
And then we have clear heels.
Yes.
And that's what we wore. We
that's
thought that
what
was
we wore.
What
else? We had our acrylics done.
Oh. You always had French.
Yes.
I always had red.
Yes.
Or I would change it up and get airbrushes on them, or you would get airbrushes too. But you called the airline.
Yes.
Tell them.
I was like, okay. So we're showgirls and we're flying to Vegas. And
showgirls.
So, but we're not going to really look like our driver's license when we go through security. So is this going to be a problem? And the airline literally goes, no, it's okay. We know it. So we'll just look out for you when you show up.
This is pre 9/11, right? This is years before, that statement was like, it blows my mind now. It didn't blow my mind then because we were like, oh, it's not a big deal. You called, even to this day, like my mom will talk to whoever's calling about a medicine or something like that, or she'll get the power company on the line and she'll say, I spoke to Catherine or whoever. And I'm like, Mom, it's like, there's like 9 million people there. Yeah, but I got the name of the person. Yeah, but there's probably like 9 million Catherines. Like it's not the same.
Yeah.
But then it was that way.
They were
like,
way.
well, I'm Jan. I'll be here tomorrow. And so I guess we'll keep our eye out for you.
Yeah.
Now, if we were to call
show
ahead.
security, be like, hi, Sylvia said to ask for.
And we did. That's what we did. But yeah, when we have traveled so many places, done so many things, even when you moved to Oklahoma, I was just like out of Drag Race and you were like, I have the opportunity to help them book somebody out here for this gig where I'm going to school. I'd like you to come out here. And it was just like this thing where you were like, if I have the opportunity to not just compensate, but facilitate the best for you, I'm going to do everything I can to make it so that you are really comfortable here and you have a really, really great time. And yeah, I'm lucky that I am, that we're friends and you already know that, but you do that for the people in your gigs. I mean, it's great to have a drag entertainer who is also the entertainment director. Yeah. Because they can facilitate that. They can say, the best way to use this space is this way.
You know what? The best drag shows are because there's an entertainer who's facilitating the aspects of it.
Right.
We might have a small dressing room, but more shelving makes a difference.
Oh, yeah, it fixes it.
So one of my favorite stories to tell is when people are like, well, drag is always so glamorous. Well, okay, let me tell you what we used to do. At Encounters, you had a show once a month. And we didn't have a dressing room. If it was really busy, then we would have no dressing room. If it was slow, we would hang a curtain up and we'd get ready behind the curtain. But when it was busy, we had nowhere to go. So it was Delta's car, Psychedelics' car, my car. We opened up our trunks and got ready in the back alley while people were driving by and drug deals and all these other things. When we got our costumes on the asphalt It's not always glamorous.
Right there off the 210 at Sierra Madre. That's where we were.
For years.
Yeah, for years and years and years. And we were happy to do it. So I feel like when you've had that and and I mean, I've had a million queens, kings, go-go dancers, everybody that know that whatever dressing room that they've been in, if they're worth their weight, they will tell you, oh, I've always been in worse than this.
Yeah.
I've been in worse than this before. And I'm happy to say it because everything else is fucking gravy afterwards. Because if you're used to getting ready on the asphalt with your, $30 tights touching fucking water on the ground, anything up from that. But then, of course, you get to the point where you're like, all right, well, I'm going to be working a Pride or whatever. You better let them motherfucking people know we need somewhere where it's not wet on the ground.
Yeah. I had that experience a couple weeks ago with an event that was outside, and I showed up and I was like, well, where are we getting ready? Oh, we thought you were coming ready. Well, where are we changing our costumes at?
Right.
And I was like, the bare minimum, hang up a curtain. But nobody cared and facilitated it. And I was like, okay.
That's why it's important. Like you said, as long as there's an entertainer, even a go-go dancer who is like saying like, oh, I'm going to change this or that. I mean, they're going to need some privacy as well. Yeah. Just because they feature a quote unquote sexual, sensual fantasy, that's a fantasy.
Yeah.
You don't put your fucking hands on people.
Yeah.
You don't fucking do all that just because you gave somebody $1. So when they want to change, that's their private time.
Yeah.
And our dressing room is like a locker room. It's a sacred place. Kings, queens, whoever, our money's there, our clothes are there, our ass is fucking hanging out. Nobody's looking at anybody being like, ooh, gross. Like, that's not the behavior in a dressing room.
It's not. And if it is, it shouldn't be.
When was the last time you tattooed someone? People don't know this about you. Vanity is a jack of all trades. Tattoos, can bartend, can fucking sing live, can graphic design. I mean, so many different things.
Yeah.
And they're all, I think a lot of them start as hobbies, but could become professions.
Yeah.
In many ways.
Well,
or have.
The last person I tattooed was Raven.
Okay.
Yeah. So everything, as far as I know, everything on her left arm is all work that I did.
Wow.
And I was just learning how to tattoo then.
Uh-huh.
And because I don't draw freehand, nobody would take me serious.
Right.
And I had a couple of tattoo artist friends that guided me and taught me the proper, safe ways of doing it. And, Raven was like, here, I want this. And I was like, oh, girl, that's out of my realm of, ability. She's like, no, it's fine. You could do it. And I did it. And I did everything on her arm. And so I think she was actually the last person I tattooed.
It doesn't seem that long ago that you were running around Tyler Mall as a Mac girl. You know what I mean? That was a portion of your life where you were working exclusively as a professional makeup artist for MAC Cosmetics.
Yeah.
And some people don't know that because these are things that you don't always bring up because you always seem to focus on what you're doing right now. And you're always moving up. And you've always created your own lane. And you've always done that. And I think what happens is a lot of people don't realize that they can't do that. But you can.
Well, it's really hard to maintain when you're not a Rue girl. Because you don't get the same notoriety, you don't get the same compensation, you don't get the same praise, And so when you don't have the platform of a national televised show, you have to create your own everything. And so it comes back to that evolving. I have to constantly evolve and keep up. So if I'm ever invited to do a show with all drag race girls, I can promise you I will be the one they're talking about when we leave because I'm going to come and show out because I have to. A lot of the girls, they know that people know who they are. And so they will do a ballad, and walk around and collect money. And that's great for them because that works for them. And the audience loves that about them. They don't love me that way. So I have to create an experience that they are never going to forget because they're probably never going to see me again.
Right.
So I want to make sure they will always remember me.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying that you take this with you, but like one of those things that you've always done as a standout is like fire batons.
Yes.
That's a thing that you've loved. You taught yourself that.
Yeah.
I remember watching
aerial
you
silks.
And aerial silks. I remember watching you teach yourself that because you were like, and this was way prior to Drag Race.
Yeah.
Way prior to any of that. You weren't trying to set yourself aside from anybody else. You were trying to do what you thought was entertainment. Yeah. And you still know is.
Yeah. Well, my biggest competition is myself, I feel. So I have to always be better than I was before, or at least attempt to be better than I was before. I might not always achieve being better, but I have to at least make an effort to be better than I was before.
But, you know, in addition to being a Mac girl, although you were never really like that sort of like stereotypical Mac girl,
No.
you were actually interested in makeup artistry.
I was, yes.
You weren't, not saying that all Mac girls are annoying, because they're not all annoying, but there are some people that you're like, babe, you got to love the artistry, not just the sale. Like, you know what I mean? But I guess you don't last very long if you don't love only the sale, which I get, it's a company, whatever. Yeah. I'm walking in circles around this. To say that you also have a degree.
I have 2 bachelor's degrees and I have a master's degree.
I mean, the things that you have accomplished, in addition to that, you also have worked, 5-6 years at Disney.
Yeah, I was
as well.
6 years with Disneyland. It is a wonderful place if you want it to be a wonderful place to work.
I see.
If you enjoy what Disney brings to people, you will have a wonderful time working at Disney. But the Disney as a company, do not go in there thinking that you are going to be respected or cherished as a memory maker. So that's not going to happen.
Wow.
So if you go to Disneyland, I highly encourage you to be as nice as possible to your cast members, because they are not being treated well. We can edit that out if we need to. But they are there because your happiness and your memories are important to them.
Wow. See, I've only been to Disneyland twice in my life. Once I was like a child, and then once I was about to graduate from high school. And I don't see it. Like everyone tells me you would love it, especially if you go at Christmas time, because you know I'm such a Christmassy person.
Yeah.
So everyone says that. But I'm like, is there a way I could go and just like get on a golf cart and go like eat at like 3 different places and then leave?
Yeah.
I want to do that. Like I want to go, everyone says, go have the clam chowder in the bowl at such and such.
Yeah.
And then somebody says, go have a Dole. I've never had a Dole Whip before, and everyone says I would love it. I want all those opportunities, but God, that involves like getting up and walking around. Why would I do that?
When I was a lead there, because there was a lot of families that might be their only time they're ever going to make it, because they've mortgaged their house for that vacation, for that weekend. And when I would hear stories like that, I was in a position to make sure they had something extra.
Wow.
I can walk them on a ride. I can get them a free sweater.
Something.
Just something to make sure that their time was just as memorable, because they're paying for it.
I love that customer service like that. You want to be my maid? Would you be my maid?
No, thank you, though.
Let's take a break.
Vanity, what ride do you think Delta would love at Disneyland? What do you see her on?
Oh, Small World.
The people mover that gets you out of the fucking park.
She wants to be on a ride that doesn't move fast and doesn't go anywhere but in a circle.
Right.
So that's going to be Haunted Mansion, Small World. Actually, I don't even think she'll like Small World, because she'll have to actually get into the boat and get out of the boat.
Right. We are back with Vanity Halston. We're talking about all of it. This is the part of the show called Read Me Delta.
Read me, Delta!
People send in letters. They have questions. They have concerns. They have, they need advice. And if you do have a question, a concern, or you need advice, send your letters to readmedelta@gmail.com. We will, I won't get them all. Producer will get them all. And then he will narrow them down to see who is making the most sense. You know, my brain, it goes off into different, oh, Jesus Christ. Start making your letters no longer than 1 paragraph. And if you are not familiar, a paragraph is 5 to 7 sentences. Any less than that is not a paragraph, and any more than that begins a new paragraph. So here's a letter that's that long. I'm going to read it.
Oh my God.
Hi, Delta and Stunnalina guest. We need your advice on what to do about our neighbor and her wind chimes. We live in West Hollywood, and our living room faces another apartment building that isn't connected to ours and has a different landlord and management company. There's a girl who moved in last year whose unit we can see. Her front door is maybe 10 feet from our living room window. We've never met her, but we call her Erica with a K because she looks like Erica with a K. There are many annoying things about her. How loud she is, how she clomps around outside in flip-flops, how she has a Christmas wreath and Halloween pumpkins that sit on her door year-round. I love you, Erica.
Yeah, I love that too.
The ugly leggings she wears as she talks on speakerphone outside at full volume. That's gross. Most annoying thing is that she hung wind chimes outside of her door. Keep in mind, this is West Hollywood. This isn't a farm in Montana where she can sit on her wraparound porch and watch the birds and enjoy the chimes for herself. There are tons of residents within feet of her unit, and her wind chimes are constantly making noise. My boyfriend and I are actors, and you can hear the wind chimes in our self-audition tapes that we film in our apartment. We left her a very kindly worded note and put it on her door one day explaining that her wind chimes are very noisy and are affecting our work. We saw her come home and take the letter off her door and go inside. We expected her to read it and immediately come outside and take them down. But no, they've still been hanging there for a whole year. Should we let this go? What would you do? Very John and very Brian. Well, listen, you entitled queer cunts. The smallest issue in your life is those motherfucking wind chimes. The bigger issue is that you think that your home is also your place of employment and that everybody should be adhering to what you need more than what they need. If she pays her motherfucker... No, I'm just kidding. I mean, the wind chimes...
I was on board with you for... I
get it, though, because wind chimes, like... For instance, when we're recording right here, like I'm very you, I think. I think I'm very you and you're very me and we're very we. Because right on this other side of this wall is like a street, like a boulevard. And sometimes we're talking, we'll have to stop because it's so fucking loud. Sirens, whatever. So I get it. Like shit that shows up in your audition tapes. I have it at home. When I film my cameos, sometimes the neighbor, I can hear the hot water generate in their house because we have like a little easement and it fucking sucks. And yes, your home is your place of work, right? I do believe that. I agree with you on that. I think it sucks just because especially apartment living, there's so much you have to sacrifice. And I'm with you. I lived over 30 years in the same apartment, in the same building. That apartment.
Yes.
You've been there a million times. Yeah. Remember when we were getting ready for White Party and we were sewing white costumes?
Oh my gosh. Yes.
What happened?
Okay, so it's White Party weekend. We are so excited. We're like, we're going to make new costumes. We're going to have these new looks. And Delta and I, we get home from a show and we start sewing. And we're at her apartment and her mom is asleep. And we're sewing and we're just like,
just trying
barely to keep our eyes open, but we want to get these costumes done. Her mom comes out and goes, I want you guys to know that I don't approve of this.
I know what you're doing.
I know what you're doing.
This upsets me. So you need to get your shit cleaned up. And I don't want to talk about this right now. And I was like, what is she talking about? What is she talking about? And I go into her room and I'm like, are you okay? Like what? I mean, I'm sorry we're making noise, but like, cause we had on my machine going and her machine going.
On a wooden table.
On a wooden dining room table and white fabric everywhere. And she goes, you guys have to be on drugs. You've been up so long. And I'm like, okay, first of all, we haven't been up for days. We got up early this morning. We're sewing all day. We went to our show. We came back. We're still sewing. Yes, our eyes are red. Yes, we're tired. We're fucking exhausted. But the one thing that we've never really been, we've just never like, and we're not, hey, do what you do. But honestly, we've never really done that.
We've never done that.
I think the most you've ever done is like drink beer with lime in it. Like, I remember that was your thing forever.
I did take edibles by accident once.
Right.
My roommate had made peanut butter cookies.
Uh-huh.
And I had eaten some. And I took them in to my partner and was like, hey, he made cookies. And he takes it, he goes, how many of these did you eat? I said, 5.
Oh my God.
He goes, I'm pretty sure these are wheat cookies. And I was like, I know better than to eat anything baked in this house.
Right.
And I had like a 10-page essay due for my bachelor's degree that night. And I do not remember.
But it was done in 15 minutes.
It was done in 15 minutes. And I went to Cane's and I went and got some chicken strips. And one of the chicken strips I didn't eat because it looked like a rat to me. Like I was out of my mind.
Yeah, I bet.
Ever
again.
Ever.
I don't even know why we went on that tangent, but I got to tell you, You too
Wind
with this
chimes.
apartment. I get it. I do. Apartment living fucking sucks. I think something's got to give though, because it sounds like, first of all, people talking on the speakerphone all in front of you, they want you to hear their
Hate that.
conversation. And then, I mean, I don't know, these leggings and the clomping around.
You know what they should do? They should buy her some leggings.
Oh, that's not a bad
and
idea.
wrap them up.
Something cute.
Something cute that you approve of, you know, because maybe she doesn't have any gay friends to tell her that's
Oh.
ugly.
I never thought of that. That could be true.
And then wrap them up in a nice little thing and be like, hi, these are more appropriate for outside.
And I think, I don't know what was worded in the letter, but maybe you already did it by just saying to her straight up, like, hey, we're kind of coexisting around here.
Yeah.
I know that you love your wind chimes. I love paying my rent. So I got to do these auditions. Can I kindly ask you that, like, maybe on Wednesday, can you just take them off the hook?
Yeah.
Like, it's just something I'm asking you as a favor, as a human. And you may have already asked her that and she's not acknowledging it. If she's not acknowledging it, you better fucking make her life miserable.
Yeah.
Because that's her fault. You already tried and you can only try so much. You know what I'm saying?
Shit in a bag and put it on her porch.
Yeah. Put it in an Amazon box. That's what you have to do.
Yes.
Yeah. Empty
Ship
your
it.
cat litter into an Amazon box. That's
Yeah.
how you got to do it. You know what? Listen, I'm so on board with you. I do think it's a little bit presumptuous for that chick,
Yeah.
Erica with a K, to be doing so many things. Like, I would get it if it was just like one thing and it's like, hey, she lives there. But I do think, we're all around. Like, it's
Yeah.
like somebody, how about this? It's like if somebody says, oh, I don't smoke in my apartment, and they stand right outside of your window and smoke. That's the same thing as smoking in someone's apartment.
Yeah.
You got to go, unfortunately, if your building is non-smoking and you don't smoke in there, you're going to have to go to the parking lot, or you're going to have to go on the street or wherever it is. You can't just go, well, I'm technically outside. Well, yes, you technically are, but you're fucking splitting hairs.
Yeah.
I think it's fair for you for those wind chimes to come down while you're, and it's just, what, is she going to be affected by it because she doesn't get to hear her wind chimes for a second or a day or however long it is? Fuck you, Erica with a K. See, listen, maybe I should have been a lawyer. I feel like I can argue both sides.
You've always been really good at that, though.
I think I
You
can.
always have been really good at, like, shutting people down
But then I
to where
confuse-
they feel so stupid.
No, I don't want people to feel stupid.
No,
I just
because
want-
you're just, you have the best vocabulary.
I don't. I misuse words sometimes, but I just stand by them and I'm like, that's the word.
Yeah.
I don't read. Dear Delta, an enchanting special
Ooh,
guest.
I love that.
I just watched my favorite cartoon and they referred to chocolate chip pancakes and Chardonnay as the Delta Burke breakfast. But what I want to know is, what is the Delta Work breakfast? What breakfast items can we get at the Delta Work drive-thru? Huevo con weenie, burritos, palomas. Very sincerely, very Eric. I love this question because I do like breakfast. I'm not always up for breakfast, but I do love breakfast. What are some of your favorite breakfast foods?
Like a white Zen, Moscato.
For breakfast?
Yeah, why
Okay.
not? Kick it off.
Okay, and then what are you going to eat?
You know what? I don't eat breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'll go to like Taco Bell at like 10 a.m. and get like the Mexican pizza
Yeah,
and drown it in fire sauce.
you like that.
Absolutely.
Remember when we used to go to Norm's and get,
Hot dog gumbo.
remember we
Yeah.
used to go, and remember our waitress is Nicolina?
Nicolina.
Nicolina on Norm's on Tyler.
And who was the other one?
She had the grill. I don't know, but at the time the guy you were dating used to like to make up names for people that were like their
Yes.
porn names.
Oh, yes.
And there was
Nicolina Nut.
Nicolina Nut was her
Yes.
porn name, but there was also Guadalupe Gulps.
Guadalupe. I forgot about Guadalupe.
We used to have
Gold.
we had an arsenal of names that we would think up at Norm's.
Yes.
But I don't ever remember you eating breakfast there. I think you would get like,
No, I always got the salad with blue cheese, and I
Mhm.
want more blue cheese than salad.
right.
That's just my thing. And then I wanted gumbo.
Yeah. But the breakfast, I do love breakfast. I love to have 3 eggs over hard.
Mhm.
I want to have biscuits and gravy.
Okay, yeah.
I want to have bacon. Like, this is like, I'm going to go off. Like, you're not going to be surprised by this order because I'm sitting here right in front of you and you're looking at me, right? You didn't think I was going to order like a non-fat yogurt and half
Fruit.
of a pear. Yeah, that's not happening. Although I do like that. I love non-fat Greek yogurt at home so much. Like, I could just eat that as a meal, but I want like 2 containers.
Yeah.
But I like to have I want like biscuits and gravy. I want the eggs over hard. That's my favorite way to have them. If there is a yolk anywhere fucking near me.
If I'm going to eat breakfast, it's going to be at like 3 a.m.
Uh-huh.
And I want the yolk. Denny's had this chicken finger biscuit and gravy bowl.
Ooh.
And it was like biscuit and gravy and then chopped up like chicken strip with an egg on top. Baby, I'll punch a baby for it.
Really?
Yeah, I'd kick one.
You know,
They got rid of it.
I've always thought it was weird to eat chicken in its adult form with chicken in its baby form. I always think that's weird. Like why?
Well,
and I know like if you make
it's a family
fried chicken,
reunion.
it is a family reunion in your
Keep
mouth.
them together.
Biscuits and gravy. I want at least 4 pieces of bacon. I want 3 eggs. I might even want a bite of someone's pancakes or waffle or French toast. If I have to pick for the sweet thing, it's going to be a waffle. No, it's not. It's going to be a French toast first. Mm-hmm. Then I'll probably go waffle, but I don't want berries and shit on it. I just want maple syrup and butter. I want all the little holes to have butter in them, all of them. If I want pancakes, I want that 3 pancakes and I want butter on every why is it at Denny's when you pour syrup on, it disappears so quickly? It soaks in, but when I cut them,
it's so dry as hell.
It's dry.
Yeah.
It's not their fault.
No, it is.
It's all pancakes.
Yeah, no, it's not the server's fault, but whoever's at Denny's corporate needs to get their shit together.
Right. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
I don't even know if we answered the letters. I don't even know.
we answered two. Wait, did we answer? Oh yeah, we did because it was breakfast.
It was breakfast. Yeah. I could still make that list bigger. I really could. Thank you all so much for listening to Very Delta and watching, because our show comes out every Monday. We want you to schedule it for your planned viewing and listening. We do not want you to forget. Also, subscribe to Mom Podcast YouTube channel, turn on your notifications, and you'll never miss an episode. Search for Very Delta on your favorite podcast apps to listen to the audio-only version if you can't take all of this visual beauty. You can also sign up for our premium offerings on Mom Plus Gold by visiting mompodcast.plus, where you get weekly episodes of more Very Delta. Don't forget to send all of your questions to readmedelta@gmail.com. You can follow me on Instagram at DeltaWork. And where can people follow you on social media?
They can find me at Vanity Halston, like the sin, like the designer. On Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all that.
They can follow you there. And you're going to want to follow because you're going to find out about not just this show that you've been working on that is ready to go. You can also find out about going and seeing brunches at 111 presented by Vanity Halston, night shows. Yes. You have entertainment all throughout the week.
Yes.
Don't you?
7 nights a week.
I know I've seen like the Durbins do a show there.
Yes.
You also have Iconic Brunch happens there, like all kinds of different things, as well as you want to see all of the new entertainers featured in the desert. So go check that out. We will be back here next week. And until then, keep things very Delta. Very Delta is produced by Moguls of Media, a.k.a. Mom. Hosted by Delta Work. Produced and edited by Doug Robertson. Technical direction by Margot Padilla. With original theme music by Will Pitts. Media and design support by Stone Cold. And set design by Eris Sevilla. Executive produced by Alaska, Willem, Big Dipper, Camille Stennis, and Joe Cilio. Recorded at Forever Dog Productions. We ate.
Holy shit.
Mom!
To listen to Very Delta ad-free, 1 day early, and to get access to more Very Delta and all of Mom Podcast's premium content, check out Mom Plus Gold at mompodcast.plus.